Hello students. So now in this lecture we're gonna see the third exercise, that means the type number 3 of this chapter. As we completed with the first exercise, the second exercise also in the last lecture. Now we'll see the type number 3, which is based on how to find the mean value of x and y. As we all know that mean means what? X bar and y bar. And second thing, we have to find correlation coefficient between x and r. I hope you all might be knowing what do you mean by correlation coefficient. It means small r. And we have to find the standard deviation of y when variance of x is 9. I hope you all might be knowing the symbol for standard deviation. Standard deviation symbol is what? Like this, okay? Of y. It means standard deviation of y. Variance means what? Standard deviation square. Yes or no? As this all things we had seen in the first lecture. So variance of x, variance of x. So we'll write what? Standard deviation square. In the base you will write x. Okay. So in each and every sum you will see that you have to find the mean value, correlation coefficient, and in some sums you will see that you have to find standard deviation when variance is given. Okay, now first we'll focus on the first part, how to find the mean value of x and y. So mean value of x and y means x bar and y bar. So here when you will see, here we have two equations. The equation of two regression line are given. And what do you mean by equation of two regression of line? It means y on x and x and y. In this chapter we have two regression. One is y on x and second one is x on y. So here exactly we don't know this answer which that is given, the first and the second equation. The first one, it is y on x or x on y, or the second one, it is y on x or x on y. That exactly we don't know. It is given, simply it is given that these two are the two regression equation. That's it. Okay, chalo first we'll see how to find the mean value of x mean and y mean. To find the mean value for each and every sum, simply what you will do, you will solve these two equations simultaneously. What you will do? Simultaneously. I hope you all might be knowing the simultaneous equation which was there in the 10th standard in the chapter number 1, algebra, linear equation in two variable. So here I will write the first equation, plus 66 equal to 0. That is, I will arrange this equation writing as in the left hand side alphabet and on the right hand side number. So we'll give this equation as equation number 1. Okay, what is the second equation? It is 40x minus 18y minus 214 equals to 0. We can write this equation as 40x minus 18y equals to 214. Equation number 2. I hope you all might be knowing how to solve a two linear equation simultaneously. Now we'll make one alphabet common. Here it is 8 and here it is 40. Can I say, if I multiply this equation number by 5, so 8 5 it will be 40, so 40 40 will be same. So I will multiply equation number 1 by 5. So therefore 8 5 it is 40x. Yes or no? Understood? Got the idea? 5 tens are, it is 50y, and 566 is 330, but here we have minus, so we'll write minus and we'll give this as equation number 3. Now as per the rule we have to solve any two linear equations simultaneously. So here clearly we can see that we have common alphabet in the equation number 2 and equation number 3. So we'll solve equation number 2 and 3 simultaneously, as here we have plus 40 and here also we have plus 40. So simply I will do what? Subtracting equation number 2, yes or no, equation number 2 and equation number 3. So what I will do now, I will subtract these two equation. So in which what will happen, the 40x will get cancelled, you will get the value of y. Substitute the value of y in any one of the equation to get the value of x. What the point? Okay, so we'll see the next step is what? 40x minus 18y equals to 214. Here it is 40x minus 50y equals to minus 330. So here we have to do subtraction, yes or no. So subtraction means what? Minus. So here we'll write minus. If we write minus here, so minus minus will be what? Plus. If we write minus, so minus minus will be what? Plus. As I hope you all might be knowing, the equation number 2, the symbol of equation number 2 will change. So this will cancel, yes or no. So minus 18 plus 50, so you will get 32y and plus 32y, because the symbol for the greater number is positive. Yes, for symbol for the small number is minus. So minus 18 plus 50, okay, is 32 equals to 214 plus 330. So you will get what? 544. Okay, so after this we'll write y equals to 544 upon 32. So therefore when you will cancel this number by 2 3, okay, reduce this number, so what you will see that 32 ones are and 32 17s are is 554. So here we got the value of y. So in the next step what I will do, I will substitute the value of y equal to 17 in any one of the equation, either in equation number 1 2 and 3. So I will substitute in the equation number 1, as I feel the equation number 1 is quite simpler than the equation number 2 and 3. So what is the equation number 1? So equation number 1 is what? 8x minus 10y equal to minus 66. So therefore 8x minus 10 into 17 equals to minus 66. So therefore 8x minus 170 equals to minus 66. So therefore 8x equals to minus 66 plus 170. So therefore 8x will be equal to what? When you will subtract, minus plus will be minus 170 minus 66. So the answer will be what? 104. Okay, the symbol for the greater number is positive, so here plus will come. Understood? So therefore the next step will be what? X equals to 104 upon 8. So when you will reduce this number, so you will get 13. Yes or no? So here we got the value of x also. So therefore x is equals to what? 13. Okay, so now how to find the mean value, that means x mean and y mean. In each and every sum, simply you will solve these two equations simultaneously, where you will get the value of x and y. Actually that x and y, it is indirectly or directly, it is the value of x mean and y mean. Understood? Actually this x equals to 13 is what? That is the value of x mean equals to 13. Y equals to 17 is what? That is, it is a directly or indirectly the value of y mean. So here we got the value of x mean as 13 and y mean as 17. Understood? Okay, so here simply one step you will write, since the point of intersection of two regression line is x mean, y mean. So the intersection between these two will be what? X comma y. So x comma y, actually it is what? X mean and y mean. So remember this, whenever you will solve in each and every sum these two equations simultaneously, the value of x and y is directly or indirectly to the value of x mean and y mean, straight away. Okay, so therefore we can say that x mean is equals to 13 and y mean is equals to 17. So in this way you will find your answer for the first one. Understood? Okay, so now let's focus on the second part. So now we'll see the second part, how to find the correlation coefficient between x and y, that is r. So we know that the formula for r is what? Plus minus square root of byx into bxy. To find the value of r in each and every sum when we have a two linear equation, okay, there are some rules and regulation which you have to follow. Without knowing the rules and regulation you cannot find the value of r. So here, what is the rules and regulation? There are some formulas which you have to remember in this exercise number 3. Okay, so the first one, I hope you all might be knowing, this equation is known as what? Y on x. As this equation we had seen in the first exercise while solving the two regression equation of line. The first one is y on x. So why it is y on x? Clearly we can see that on the left hand side y is there and on the right hand side x and number is there. So that's why it is y on x. What do you mean by x on y? On the left hand side x is there and on the right hand side y and number is there. Okay, now what you will do, these are the rules which you have to follow. First for condition, and the remaining next condition is for the next type. Actually in this also there are two types of sum. Okay, so first in this lecture we're gonna see the type number 1. Okay, with this 4 step. Okay, so in the first step what you will do, you will start writing with let. In each and every sum you will start writing with let will consider the first equation. As here the first equation we don't know whether it is x on y or it is y on x, because it is written, simply it is written what? The equation of two regression. Here we have two regression equation, but exactly it is not mentioned in the question that the first equation is x on y or it is in y on x. The second one is it is in y on x or it is in x on y. So we'll consider, let the first equation as y on x. So when you will consider this first equation as y on x, so you will convert that equation in this format. That means you will keep y on the left hand side and you will shift x and number on the right hand side to convert the equation, the first equation, in y on x. For the second one also, what you will do, you will keep, if you want to convert the second equation in x on y, so you will keep x on the left hand side and the remaining numbers and the alphabet on the right hand side to make the equation x on y. So here what I will do, I will consider the first equation as y on x, then second equation on x on y. Then the third step is what? The product of these two number, it should be equal to 1. If the product is equal to less than 1, then only we can find the value of r by using this formula. Okay, so this fourth step you have to follow, simply this fourth step to get the value of r. What about this? Okay, this is for what? If in case the value of the product of these two values is not less than 1, if it is greater than 1, so what exactly we have to do? So that part we'll see in the next lecture. So now we'll focus on this fourth step. So we'll consider the first equation as y on x, second equation as x on y. So here the first equation is what? The first equation is 8x minus 10y plus 66, and second one is what? 40x minus 18y minus 214 equals to 0. Okay, so now what I will do, I will consider the first equation. Let the first, each and every sum you will consider the first as y on x. Okay, remember this. follow these steps. Okay, you can consider the first equation x and y also, it is on you, but I will say you have to follow this 4 step to get the proper answer. So we'll consider the first equation as y on x. Understood? So now what I will do, let 8x minus 10y plus 66 equals to 0 be the regression equation of y on x. Understood? So therefore, so now the equation will be what? We'll keep, if you want to convert the first equation in y on x, so what I will do, I will keep y on left hand side and the remaining alphabet and the number on the right hand side. So this will go that side, so this will be what? Minus 8x, and this plus 66 will be what? Minus 66. Now remember this step. Whenever you will convert a particular equation on y on x, see to it that the coefficient of y should be 1. In each and every sum, the coefficient of y should be 1 when you are converting the equation in y on x. Okay, so here the coefficient of y should be 1. So if you want to make the coefficient of y 1, so we'll divide each term by 10, dividing throughout by minus 10, not 10. Okay, so this minus 10 upon minus 10 minus 8x upon minus 10 minus 66 upon minus 10. So this will be what? Minus minus will get cancelled, 10 10 will get cancelled, so you will left with what? Y equals to, this minus minus will get cancelled, here we left with 8 upon 10x. So this minus minus will be what? Plus, here we left with 66 upon 10. Further, here clearly we can see that here we can cancel this number, we can reduce this number by 2 4s are 2 5s are, so 4 upon 5x, and 2 33s are 2 5s. Okay, now we'll comparing this equation which we got with the first equation, that is y equal to byx capital X plus a, where we'll get what? Byx. As I told in the first equation, when you will consider the first equation as y on x, where you will get byx, in the second equation you will get bxy when you will compare the equation with respect to this. So here clearly we can see that byx is the coefficient of x. So here coefficient of x is what? 4 upon 5. So here clearly we can see that when you will compare the equation, the particular equation with this, so here the value of byx will be what? 4 upon 5. So here we got byx. Understood? Okay, using the same concept, now we'll find for x on y. Okay, so here now we'll consider the other equation that is 40x minus 18y minus 214 equals to 0 as the regression equation of x on y. So for x on y, what we will do, we'll keep, okay, x on right hand side and the remaining number and alphabet on the left hand side. So this will go that side, so this will be 18y and this will be plus 214. If you want to convert the particular equation in x on y, so see to that the coefficient of x should be 1 in each and every case. Without doing the coefficient of 1, you cannot solve the sum further. Remember this. This is the very important point. The coefficient of x and y should be 1. So here what I will do, dividing throughout by 40. So this will be what, 40x upon 40, 18y upon 40 plus 214 upon 40. So this 40 will get cancelled, so here we left with x. Here we can reduce this number by 2, 2 9s are, 2 20s are. This can be written as 2 107s are and 2 20s are. Further, I hope you cannot cancel this number, as here we have odd and even number, odd and even number. So now again we'll compare this equation, comparing it with what, this equation, x equals to bxy capital Y plus a dash. This is known as what, x and y, yes or no? So clearly we can see that the coefficient of y is bxy, so here bxy is what, 9 upon 20. So remember, whenever you have to find the regression equation, that is r, you have to follow the steps to find the value of r. The first equation you will consider, for each and every system you will consider first equation as y on x, second equation as x on y. So in the first equation you will get byx, in the second equation you will get bxy. Now here the step number 3 is what, here you will see the product between these two. Okay, so now we'll see the product. So your byx is what, byx is 4 upon 5, and here it is what, 9 upon 20. Okay, so when you will solve this further, so here you will get what, 4 ones are 4, 5s are, so this will be 9 upon 25. Here clearly we can see that the answer, when you will divide this 9 upon 25, 9 upon 25, so here clearly we can see that here the answer will be what, 0.36. So this 0.36 is what, can I say, byx into bxy is less than 1. So when you will divide and check this number on the in the rough work, so clearly we can see that a numerator is smaller than the denominator. So that means what, the answer will be in 0 point. 0 point means what, it is less than 1 only, yes or no? So yes, when this condition satisfy, that means our assumption of considering, yeah, taking the first equation as y on x and the second one as x and y is perfect, it is right. Okay, understood, remember this step. Okay, so here if this condition satisfy, so remember you will write what, our assumption of regression equation is perfect, is true. If in case here if you are getting the answer greater than 1, so that means we have to interchange the equation. The first equation actually it will be x on y and the second equation will be y on x, and then again you have to check. Okay, so this part we'll see in the next lecture. So this is the type number 2. We'll consider this sum as the type number 2, where in some case what you will get, the value, the product of this two number will be greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, clearly we can see that our assumption is wrong. As per the rule, the product of these two should be less than 1 only. If it is greater than 1, that means we cannot find the value of r. Okay, now our assumption of the regression equation is true, yes or no? Okay, so the next step will be what, we can find the value of r. So here r equals to plus minus byx into bxy equals to plus minus byx is what, byx is 4 upon, what is the answer, 4 upon 5, yes or no, 4 by 5. Okay, and bxy is what, 9 by 20. So the next step will be what, plus minus, this will be same. Okay, so here 4 ones are 4 fives are, so plus minus this will be what, 9 upon 5 fives are 25. Here clearly we can see that what, 9 square root is what? 3, and 25 square root is 5. Okay, so when you will divide 3 by 5, so 0.6 will be the answer. So plus minus 0.6. As I told, the value of r, either it will be positive or it will be negative. So here clearly we can see that byx and bxy both are positive. So if both are positive, so the value of r will be what? Positive. So here in the reason you will write, since byx and bxy are positive, so r is what? Positive. So in this way you will find your answer for correlation coefficient. So correlation coefficient means what? R. Remember this. Okay, so once again I will explain the sum. So the first equation, for each and every sum you will consider y on x, so where you will get byx. Second equation you will consider x on y, so where you will get bxy. You have to check the product should be less than 1. If it is not less than 1, so our assumption of considering the regression equation is false. If it is less than 1, that means true. Simply follow this fourth step to get the answer of r. If the product is less than 1, so we can find the value of r. So r is plus minus square root byx into bxy. And remember this hint, I can see the trick also. For each and every sum, whenever you will see the backside answer, the backside answer of r will lies between minus 1 and 1. Minus 1 and 1. The value of r will be minus 1 and 1. It means what? The value of r will lies between these two. It means, in the simple language, I will say that the value of r, either it will be plus 0 point something or minus 0 point something. If you are getting the answer of r as plus 1.2 point, yeah, minus 1.2 point, greater than this, yeah, okay, this part means minus 2, minus 3, 2, 3, straight away you can see that your answer is wrong. As per the rule, the value of r, it should lies between minus 1 and 1. If you are getting your answer as plus 0 point something, yeah, minus 0 point something, that means our answer is perfect. Remember the hint. The answer for each and every sum, the value of r should be between minus 1 and 1. This is the hint I can say. Okay, okay, so that's the end of the second part also. Now we'll see the third one. So here the third one is what? So here the third one is what? We have to find the standard deviation of y. So what do you mean by standard deviation of y? We know that, okay, this one. So standard deviation means what? This is the symbol. Yes or no? For standard deviation, this is the symbol. If I say standard deviation of x, so this will be the symbol. If I say standard deviation of y, this will be the symbol. So standard deviation of y is what? We have to find where variance of x. So what do you mean by variance of x? Variance of x, it means what? This is the value. So what is the variance of x? It is 9. Okay, and you have to find the standard deviation of y. Simply you will apply either this formula, yeah, this one. In both the case you will get the same answer. Okay, so we'll consider the first one, that is byx equals to r into standard deviation of y upon standard deviation of x. So if you want to find standard deviation of x, okay, standard deviation of y, sorry. So we require the value of byx, r, and standard deviation of x. So we have the value of byx as we got in the previous step. Yes or no? Byx, it was 4 upon 5, and the value of r, it was 0.6. So that section will write here the value of byx is 4 upon 5, and the value of r is what? 0.6. And without knowing the value of standard deviation of x, we cannot find our answer, standard deviation of y. So to find the standard deviation of x, simply what you will do, you will write the formula for the standard deviation of x is what? Square root of variance of x. Variance of x. So variance of x is what? 9. Square root of 9 is what? 3. So that is the standard deviation of x is equals to 3. So remember, whenever you have the variance, like here, variance of x is what? 9. Square root of 9 is what? 3. So this 3 will be what? Standard deviation of x value. So if variance of y is, suppose it is 16, the square root of 16 will be what? 4. So this 4 will be what? Standard deviation of y. So in this way you will find your standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. Okay, finding the square root. Okay, now the next step, substitute the value. So byx is what? 4 upon 5. Yes or no? R is what? 0.6 into standard deviation of y we have to find. Standard deviation of x is what? 3. Okay. So now in the next step, what I will do, I will shift this number. So 4 into 3 will go up. Okay, so this will be what? 5 into 0.6 equals to standard division of y. So therefore this 4 into 3 will keep as it is. When you multiply this 5 into 0.6, as 5 6 is 30, so here we have one decimal, so answer will be 3. So 3 will get cancelled, and here we left with what? 4. So here we got the value of standard deviation of y also. So I hope you all understood how to find the mean value of x mean and y mean. So what you will do, you will simultaneous between these two equations to get the value of x and y. That value of x and y is what? Indirectly or directly the value of x mean and y mean. After that you will follow this step to get the answer of r. So first equation you will consider y on x to get y byx. Second equation x and y to get bxy. The third step, you will see the product should be equal to less than 1. If it is less than 1, so that means our assumption is true. If our assumption is true, then only we can find the value of r. And see to it that the value of r should lies between -1 and 1. That means the answer will be plus 0 point or minus 0 point. And in the third step, you have to find the standard deviation by using the first formula or else by using the second formula. Okay, as here we have the value variance of x. In the sum case, in the sums, what you will see that in place of variance of x, you will have variance of y, but the pattern of solving part will be same, the presentation part will be same. I hope you all understood this sum. In the next lecture, we'll see for the second condition, if what? The product of these two is greater than 1. So that means our assumption is wrong. So in the next lecture, we'll see the sum based on this second part. So till then, goodbye. See you in next lecture.